This is nice. This is nice. The greatest sunrise. The greatest sunrise the world has ever seen. What's up guys, welcome to another episode, and we're here in the Mojave Desert. There's no better symbol of the Mojave Desert like the Joshua tree. These things are absolutely beautiful and they are huge. So we're here exploring today and tomorrow morning. Found a camp spot on BLM land. Guy came over and told us they'd had some crime and some petty theft, some tweakers and stuff in the area. Definitely a little stressed out. Go find another place to explore. These trees are so chaotic. I mean, they're just everywhere. So had to really find one that was taller than the rest of them, or one of the taller ones, and really focus on it, and then find one that had something else, like the other trees made sense, you know. So what I have is I have a couple of trees on each side, and they're a little bit further away, so I'm almost like making a triangle. So you got my main subject, this big, really nicely shaped one here in the very front, and then I have a couple more on each side, but they're further back, so it's like a big triangle. So your eye starting in that middle, which is the subject, this giant Joshua tree, and then working its way back, and I have the sun setting behind it there. So it's a pretty high dynamic scene. Probably do a sun star. I got a little bit of time before it's the horizon, so might have to exposure blend. There are some high altitude clouds that are absolutely beautiful. So it looks like it's going to be a very, very colorful sunset. So what's gonna happen, I can already tell you, is I'm gonna take this shot, and then once that color hits, I'm gonna run around like a chicken with my head cut off and just go crazy. Because it's a, you guys that have watched this, you guys know that we've been skunked a lot when it comes to colorful sunsets over the past few months. Got to make the most of it now. So it's a high stress situation. It feels like, we left the trailer with the cats in it. It's about 30 minutes away. Guy telling us about the crime in there that's happening lately. So I don't know, definitely not a good feeling. Gonna try to enjoy it. Try and find something really nice here, which I think I have. And then while I have time, my tripod is still set up in that first composition I just did. What I'm looking at for a potential second one, because there's so many clouds, I want to make sure that I have a couple different options. The clouds look really nice this way, so I want to show you guys here. I have this tree right here, and then it kind of works your way, leads your eye down to this mountain here. And if I get these clouds to move this way, it might actually end up being a really good shot. And if I get back a little bit, because I don't want these bottom parts of the tree here interfering with the background there, the rocks in the background. I want to provide that little bit of separation to give a little more depth. I think that's probably going to be my second option here. Hoping those clouds move a little bit, but that sun's going to break the horizon here in probably about 10 minutes. So I'm going to walk around a little bit. I want to have, a couple different options, just because I know this sky is going to go crazy. These are all really high altitude wispy clouds. And there's no clouds on the horizon as far as anything that's going to block anything low. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good one.
So for those of you who watch this channel for a while already know that I absolutely love photographing trees. It's one of my favorite subjects to photograph, and Unfortunately, here in Arizona, there's not a lot of trees. The trees that we have are more or less a saguaro cactus, and I find them extremely difficult to shoot. I'm very happy that it turns out that Joshua trees are actual trees. So they're very tall and wide and bushy and beautiful to photograph. And what I found here is a beautiful scene of 3 different Joshua trees. And I have one which is, let's say, the main one, which is extremely tall and wide and probably pretty old. And what I try to do is frame another Joshua tree underneath one of the branches. It was a lot of work to get the tripod to that position that none of the arms of the smaller Joshua tree would interfere with either the pile of rocks behind it or with the bigger Joshua tree on the foreground. What I noticed is the soil here is very dry and sandy, so every time I'm walking around, the dust gets blowing, and I had it on my lens. So just gotta make sure that everything is clean here before I take the photo. What an absolutely beautiful tree. I love this scene. I'm trying to get together enough photos of trees to actually eventually produce either a book or a calendar of just trees. It's been hard the last few months in Arizona, but I think we might have a candidate here for the calendar or the book.
Well, I'm waiting. It might happen again. Like, it kind of died a little bit. The sun went down. I thought it got snuffed out. There was some good color, good clouds. I'm not going to complain at all because I've been complaining about cloudless skies, and the clouds look absolutely amazing. Didn't get crazy color where I was shooting, but off to the south and to the west, it looks fantastic. And it looks like to the east here, like it's trying to come through again. So we might get a little bit. So I'm holding out hope still, but I got some good images that I'm happy with. I saw Chris like running that way, so she's running around too. Man, what a beautiful place. I'm excited for the morning. I don't know, it might not be over yet. All right, had to get the camera back out. I gave up too soon. We got some nice cotton candy skies. I think I got the shot that I was gonna take earlier, but slightly modified because the clouds are in, a certain direction. Yeah, this is nice, this is nice. Again, and I bet Chris is happy. She's been so mad with all the cloudless skies lately. Now we got some nice color. Ooh, okay, gotta get a shot, guys. All right, guys, we got some color. I'm happy with the shots I got. I think I probably have like 2 or 3 shots that I'm happy with at least. been trying to shoot a lot more landscape orientation with my wide angle lens. I feel like most of the time, and what the real strength of the wide angle lens is the, when you turn it vertical, you're showing a lot of sky. The perspective is starting to stretch a bit. I think it looks really nice, but I'm trying to do more landscape, square, 4x5, and the reason for that is I'm going to make an announcement right here, guys, that I think for Christmas of 2021, I want to come out with a photo book. I've already announced it on my email newsletter. All you gotta do is go to my website if you guys aren't signed up. I just send out a newsletter once a month. I don't spam you or anything like that. The goal is to have my book out by Christmas of 2021, so a year from now. And the idea right now is to photograph the deserts of the US. So we got 4 deserts. We have the Sonoran Desert where I live, the Mojave Desert where I'm at now, the Chihuahuan Desert or the Chihuahua Desert, which is like the White Sands area. Then you have the Great Basin Desert also, which is like Death Valley and stuff like that. My goal is to be able to photograph all of these deserts and put them in a photo book. So that's going to be a big project of mine for the next year. So have that in mind when I take these kind of shots. You guys have seen this channel. Oh man, these conditions are getting good. Hold on. You can see on this channel, I love to shoot wide angle portrait orientation with something really big and pronounced in the foreground and colorful skies, and I want to have more of a range of photos in this book. Some details along with some some nice sunsets and bigger landscapes too. But I find that I want to do more of something simple subjects and things like this shot right here that I'm getting ready to take, and the ones that I took last night. I had those in mind when I thought about books, square crops, landscape orientation, things like this one looks like it's going to be a square crop. I don't have a whole lot here. On either side of these trees, I have these set of trees. I got this one main one right here in the foreground. It's very nice, tall, great shape, leaning off to one side. Got on the right side, there's another Joshua tree, and I've gotten low enough to make sure that it's also separated from the background there. There's some mountains way in the background. And I want just a little bit of a gap of its lowest limb hanging there, just to show that little bit of separation. So looking like it's going to be a nice one. I got the Z6 time lapse running here, and I've been running around. So I have this shot here you guys just saw, but look at back here. Look at that. So I grabbed my camera, handheld. I left my tripod, cranked it up to like 500 ISO, handheld, and just ran over there and got a shot. I don't even know what to do. I think I'm done with this shot. I think I'm going to run over while this time lapse is still going. I'm gonna run over and take a shot this way because that is just ridiculous. I'm going. One of those times where I need like 5 cameras, 2 taking time lapses and 3 set up in different directions, all with triggers firing off. It's, we have these colorful skies. We're getting clear skies all day for months at a time. And now I'm complaining because it's too awesome. Oh, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. The greatest sunrise the world has ever seen. And we got some alpenglow. Oh shoot. Okay, I gotta go, guys. All right, back on the vlogging camera now. It just kind of died out. So there was some alpenglow way on the mountains back there. There's some snowy peaks. I couldn't get them, not with the lens that I had. And with a long lens, I couldn't get any of the Joshua trees. So by the time I really got set up on anything, it was already gone. Like the color and everything is already gone now. There's a little bit on the horizon here still, but man, that was exciting. I was sprinting, tripod in hand. I even had to get the iPhone out to vlog a little bit because I wanted to talk to you guys while it was all going on. And man, that was so exciting though. Holy, that was fantastic. I think the color is pretty much gone. There, I said there's still a little bit on the horizon there, so we still might get like a second burn right as that sun's coming up. Because these clouds are like medium. They're not high and they're not that low clouds that snuff out everything. They're kind of like those medium height clouds that have the potential to do what they just did. And it just, oh, I don't know. I finally see Chris. She came running over here too, so I think she was running. Man, that is so exciting. It's like, landscape photography is a lot about waiting and conditions and setting up and discussing composition and going through all your process and creativity. But then when something like this happens, it is absolute mayhem going on literally everywhere, just color in all different directions, and I'm like sprinting. It might be good, it might be bad to do that, I don't know, because it's just, I had the one shot set up that I had looked at and really decided on a composition that I liked. And I got the shot with some epic conditions. So then it was just about running. It was about running and just shooting whatever I could. Handheld, it didn't matter. I was shooting everything. So what an exciting morning.
I feel like I had it a little bit better together today than I had it last night.
Or better than me.
It was crazy last night. I was running around. I was running, literally running from spot to spot. But today I found a few spots like early and then marked them in my brain so I could find them later. And I took almost all of them at f10 and at f5.6 just to have a variation. One of them would be sharp from front to back, that would be the f10, and then another one with a slightly out of focus background to give a little bit more emphasis to the trees. I don't know yet which one I will like better, but I guess you guys will see before I will, right?